Just recording it. Okay, so we'll go to the verse. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for joining today. This is very is our great fortune that we can go through this Chaitanya Charitamrita, understand the very confidential subject matter of the Supreme Lord. Very rare to get it. Very rare to get, and very rare to understand this. But we have this opportunity by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, the mercy of Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. So we can taste a little bit of this ocean of this pure loving devotion. So before that, I will welcome all of you saying Hari Bol 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So if you can repeat after me, please, you can unmute and repeat after me so that we can all get into that mode of the devotion to the Lord. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram
Naram
Chaiva
Devam
Narottamam
Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim
Devim
Saraswatim
Saraswatim
Vyasam
Vyasam
Tado Jayamudhiraye
Tato
Tato
Jayamudiraye
Jayamudiraye
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nashta
Nashtaprayeshu
Prayeshu
Abhadreshu
Bhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavada Sevaya
Nityam
Nityam
Bhagavata
Bhagavata
Sevaya
Sevaya
Bhagavadi Uttama Sloke
Bhagavati
Bhagavati Uttama
Uttama
Shloke
Shloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtigim.
Bhaktir Bhavati
Bhavati
Nashtukim.
Neshtakim.
So we are reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 4, verse number 41st to 45th. So if you can repeat after me, that'd be great. Hey Mada Bhagata Bhava,
Hey Mata Bhagata Bhava.
Hey Mada Bhagata Bhava,
Hey
Mata
Mata
Bhakta
Bhagata
Bhava
Bhava.
Kari Angikara,
Kari
Kari
Angikara.
Angikara
Apani Ajari Bhakti,
Apani
Apani
Achari
Achari
Bhakti.
Bhakti
Karila Prachara.
Karila
Karila
Prachara.
Prachara.
Synonyms: A mata, like this; bhakta bhava, the position of a devotee; kari, making; angigara, acceptance; apani, himself; achari, practicing; bhakti, devotional service; karila, did; prachara, propagation. Please repeat after me. In this way,
In
In
this
this
way,
way,
assuming the sentiment of a devotee,
assuming the sentiment of a
the
devotee,
sentiment of the
he preached
devotee,
devotional service
he
he
preached
preached
devotional
devotional
service
service
while practicing it himself.
while
while
practicing
practicing it
it
himself.
himself.
Perfect. When Rupa Goswami met Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Prayaga, Allahabad, he offered his respectful obeisances by submitting that Lord Chaitanya was more magnanimous than any other avatara of Krishna because he was distributing love of Krishna. His mission was to enhance love of Godhead. In the human form of life, the highest achievement is to attain the platform of love of Godhead. Lord Chaitanya did not invent a system of religion, as people sometimes assume. Religious systems are meant to show the existence of God, who is then generally approached as the cosmic order supplier. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's transcendental mission is to distribute love of Godhead to everyone. Anyone who accepts God as the Supreme can take to the process of chanting Hare Krishna and become a lover of God. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya is the most magnanimous. This beneficent broadcasting of devotional service is possible only for Krishna himself. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya is Krishna. See what a powerful statement Srila Prabhupada put us in the purport. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has taught the philosophy of surrender to Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who has surrendered to the Supreme can make further progress by learning to love Him. Therefore, the Krishna conscious movement propagated by Lord Chaitanya is especially meant for those who are cognizant of the presence of the Supreme Godhead, the ultimate controller of everything. His mission is to teach people how to dovetail themselves into engagements of transcendental loving service. He is Krishna teaching his own service from the position of a devotee. The Lord's acceptance of the role of a devotee in the eternal form of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is another of Lord's wonderful features. A conditioned soul cannot reach the absolute personality of Godhead by his imperfect endeavor. And therefore, it is wonderful that Lord Sri Krishna, in the form of the Lord Gauranga, has made it easy for everyone to approach him. Swarup Damodara Goswami has described Lord Chaitanya as Krishna himself, with the attitude of Radha Rani, or a combination of Radha and Krishna. The intention of Lord Chaitanya is to taste Krishna's sweetness and transcendental love. He does not care to think of himself as Krishna, because he wants the position of Radharani. We should remember this. A class of so-called devotees called the Nadia Nagaris or Gaura Nagaris pretended that they have the sentiment of gopis toward Lord Chaitanya. But they do not realize that he placed himself not as the enjoyer, Krishna, but as the enjoyed, the devotee of Krishna. The concoctions of unauthorized persons pretending to be bona fide have not been accepted by Lord Chaitanya. Presentations such as those of the Gaura Nagaris, are only disturbances to the sincere execution of the mission of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is undoubtedly Krishna himself. He is always non-different from Srimati Radharani. But the emotion, technically called Vipralamba Bhava, which the Lord adopted for confidential reasons, should not be disturbed in the name of service. A mundaner should not unnecessarily intrude into affairs of transcendence and thereby displease the Lord. One must always be on guard against this sort of devotional anomaly. Devotee is not meant to create disturbances to Krishna. As Sri Rupa Goswami has explained, devotional service is anukulyana, or favorable to Krishna. Acting unfavorably toward Krishna is not devotion. Kamsa was the enemy of Krishna. He always thought of Krishna, but he thought of him as an enemy. One should always avoid such unfavorable so-called services. Lord Chaitanya has accepted the role of Radharani, and we should support that position. Of Swarup Damodara did the Gambhira, the room where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in Puri. He always reminded Lord Chaitanya of Radharani's feelings of separation as they are described in Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Chaitanya appreciated his assistance, but the Gaura Nagaris, who placed Lord Chaitanya in the position of enjoyer and themselves as is enjoyed, are not approved by Lord Chaitanya or by Lord Chaitanya's followers. Instead of being blessed, the foolish imitators are left completely apart. Their concoctions are against the principles of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The doctrine of transcendental enjoyment by Krishna cannot be mixed up with the doctrine of transcendental feeling of separation from Krishna in the role of Radharani. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalagaya Chakshurunmilidam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stabidam Yena Bhudale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dadadi Supadantigam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yudapadagamam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Tirupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Raghunathanidam Tam Sajivam Tadvaidam Savadudam Parijana Sahidam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalidam Shri Vishakhanidamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dhinabandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopiga Kanda Radha Kanda Namostude Tapta Kanchana Gauranki Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranabami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarupasya Kripa Sindhubhyev cha Padidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Om Sahana Bhavatu Sakhanau Bhunaktum Sagaviryam Karavavakai Tejasvinamadidastu Ma Vidushavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Nityananda Udindur Vasuda Pranavallabha Janava Jeevitapati Krishna Prema Prada Prabhu Padmavati Sudha Sriman Sajinandana Purva Jaga Bhavun Matta Jagatradarakta Gaura Kalevaraha Namo Namo Niruddhar Shrigeshendriyatmane Namaha Paramahamsaya Purnaya Nivurtatmane Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhudale Srimade Lokanath Swami Nidamine Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhudale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidamine Namaste Saraswada Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shvinyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Hari Om Tatsat. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much for joining this very auspicious sections of Chaitanya Charitamrita. So today we were seeing, so Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is revealing in this way, assuming the sentiment of a devotee, he preached devotional service while practicing it himself. This is revealing about the confidential nature of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. So we saw that in the earlier verses, in the earlier sections, the internal reasons Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance, the internal reasons. Anybody remember the internal reasons in few words? Anybody remembers? Hare Krishna. Why the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested in this world? Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended in this world? Came down to this world as the Supreme Lord. Anybody?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Done.
Hare Krishna. Dandavad Pranam. All verses. Please go ahead.
So basically he wanted to feel what Radharani feels.
Okay.
By worshipping him.
Okay.
Yes. So that's one of the reasons.
Yes. And the other reasons?
Trying to think.
Other reasons is like Dhamma Prabhuji. The reason also like it was a Kali Yuga as a right, and people are forgetting to take the name of the Lord and misusing the Vedas in a different way, and to establish a right way he wanted to distribute the names of the Lord so people can take the name of the Lord and
Sure. True, very true. That's the one of the external reasons of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance, the propagating the holy name of the Lord in this age of Kali. This is internal reasons as well. As Mataji mentioned, it's mentioned that the Prema Rasa Aswadhana, and then Raga Marga Bhakti Pracharana. There is two reasons. One of the two internal reasons. The prema bhakti, prema rasa aswadana, to taste that loving mellows, the conjugal loving mellows or rasa, in the mood of Srimati Radharani. So that we will see that in the further verses, it reveals that. So the prema rasa aswadana. So why Krishna wanted to have that prema rasa aswadana? Because we see that how the devotee, very sincerely, unconditionally, unmotivatedly, uninterruptedly serving Krishna. So in the earlier section, Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami mentioned that when the devotees, especially Srimati Radharani, when they are loving each other, the lover and the beloved are loving each other. So when they love each other, and Krishna felt that Radharani is having more mellows, more pleasure, more rasa than Krishna himself. Even though both are in deep, ecstatic, loving relationship between one another. Krishna felt that Radharani is also experiencing the greatest of love, greatest of mellow. So Krishna wanted to have that position. So Krishna wanted to have that prema rasa, aswadana, what it takes, what it makes that Radharani is getting that highest of rasa, highest of aswadana. So Krishna wanted to taste that. So not only that, so in the earlier section, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami very much mentioning that when Krishna thought himself, before he coming down into this material world, Krishna thought himself. Krishna says this one, Aishwarya Janade Sabha Jagat Mishrada, Aishwarya Tidila Prema Nahi Mora Prita. Means, love is weakened by a sense of majesty that fills the universe, doesn't satisfy me. So we know that overall people worship the Supreme Lord with love, with awe and reverence, majesty. So like how a judge in the court, so everybody gives awe and reverence. So when Krishna sees that everybody with that majestic form in the universe, in this world, everybody worship the Lord with that awe and reverence, Krishna doesn't feel much of the love out of it. Krishna is the Purna Purushottam, the Supreme Lord. So love and majesty is not that the nature of Krishna. Krishna is beyond that. The awe and reverence, the majesty is mainly that worship is for the Supreme Lord Vishnu. Krishna is beyond that. Krishna has extra 4 other qualities. Other Madhurya. So Krishna has a Rupa Madhuri above the Lord Vishnu. Krishna has Venu Madhuri. Krishna has very transcendental, the flute. Krishna has the Venu Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri, and Lila Madhuri. Krishna has very exquisite Leelas. So why Krishna has that kind of Leela? So that he can exhibit, he can relish the transcendental loving relationship. That's why he is known as Leela Purushottam. Leela Purushottam, Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is known as which Purushottam? Maryada or Audharya Purushottam or Audharya. Very beneficent. Karuna Avatara. So when Krishna became the Leela Purushottam, Leela Avatar, Krishna is completely known as, he has Leela Madhuri. He is completely immersed himself. So then, in order to relish, in order to get that mellow, that rasa, to taste that mellow, so Krishna wanted to become subservient of such mellows. But that Krishna doesn't get it from anybody else. So that's why Krishna says that Amare tashamane apaganage kina tara preme vasami naha hi adhina. If one regards me as the Lord and oneself as a subordinate, I can't become subservient to that love, nor can it control me. So Krishna wanted to enter into that such an extensive and ecstatic loving relationship, so that Krishna is becoming subservient. So Krishna wanted to receive that whole loving relationship between his devotees and Krishna. So dear devotees, then further Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that Mora Putra, Mora Sakha, Mora E Bhave, E More Kare Shuddha Bhakti. Says that if one thinks of me, is this Krishna was thinking before he descending into this material world. If one thinks of me as his son, friend, or beloved in pure loving devotion, and it says that Apange Badamane Amare Samadhina Sei Bhave He Yami Tahara Adhina. Regard himself as great and me as an equal or inferior, I become subordinate to such love. So this Krishna wanted this. Krishna wanted to taste that. Krishna wanted to relish that. So we know that in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there are many places. It is mentioned that Krishna in the 10th canto, especially, how the gopis are completely engaged, they immersed, they even forget themselves to serve Krishna. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 82 chapter, and 44th verse, it's mentioned like this. Krishna was telling to the gopis when the gopis came to Krishna, dear gopis, your affection for me is your good fortune, for it has brought you my favor. So devotees, this is the most confidential aspect of the loving devotional service to Krishna. Krishna is telling, your affection for me is your good fortune. So somehow or other, we have this mercy that the love, the affection for the Lord, dear devotees, that's our great fortune, because of that it has brought you my favor. So the devotion to the Supreme Lord will definitely guarantees you that the devotional service under the Supreme Lord is there. Is guaranteed. So this is when the gopis came to Kurukshetra. We know that after 100 years, then the gopis came to Kurukshetra from Vrindavan, from Braj, and Krishna came from Dwaraka. That's what is Krishna is mentioning. Your affection for me is your good fortune. So this always you have to keep it in our heart. The loving devotion, the affection that we have for Krishna is our good fortune, so that it will attract Krishna. So there is in the Rupa Goswami Nectar of Devotion, it is mentioned that there are 6 kinds of results if one engages, perform loving devotional service to Krishna. So in the Nectar of Devotion, it is mentioned like this, mainly the Kleshagni. Kleshagni means to eradicate all the klesha, all the distress from a person. So Kleshagni, Agni means fire, Klesha means the distress. People are in this material world, ocean of this material suffering they are going through. So it can remove, it can eradicate that Klesha from that, because of loving devotional service, showers the mercy upon such devotees, so that will be free from or will be reduced the Klesha. And then another one is called Subhada. Subhada means all auspiciousness. It brings all auspiciousness to that chanter, to that the devotee. Then it is Sudurlabha. So this is what is Krishna is saying, Sudurlabha. Sudurlabha means is rarely achieved. It's Krishna, the devotion to Krishna or devotion to Krishna means love for the Krishna, the loving devotional service. So it attracts Krishna. So Durlabha is rarely achieved. That devotion, the love for Krishna is very rarely achieved. Then the fourth one is called Moksha Lakuta Krita. Moksha Lakuta Krita means even he derides even the liberation itself. It's very tucha. Hare Krishna, can you please put on mute? Okay. So it is known as Moksha Lakuta Krita. That means even derides even the liberation. It's very tucha. It does not feel much, okay, I need to get liberated, because liberation is already guaranteed for a loving devotee. The next one is called Sri Krishna Akarshani. It attracts Krishna, dear devotees. This is what Krishna is revealing here. It attracts Krishna, no doubt. Sri Krishna Akarshani. So the loving devotion that which one executes to the Supreme Lord attracts Krishna, no doubt. So then we can see that how it's attracted Krishna and how Krishna became the subservient of such devotees. Krishna wanted this. We know that in Subhagvilas Prabhu was compiling this Damodara pastime. In that the Damodara pastime, in the first sections of Subhagvilas Prabhu was mentioning, and this is quoted from Srimad Bhagavatam. We know that when the Krishna was playing in Vrindavan, in Vraj, so he wanted
$50, $40 per month. Not much.
Hare Krishna. Who is speaking like this? Let me okay. Can you put on mute, please?
Prabhu, Prabhu, it is Sachi Mata. Sachi Mata. It's her microphone.
I think it's okay. Let me see. Okay.
No, Prabhuji, it's not me.
Okay, I think it's okay. I think it's all right. I think it's fine now. Okay. So when Krishna was in Vrindavan, so we know that all the devotees, Krishna was, had a lot of friends, and they started to play. What happens? Krishna is defeated. Remember that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the Purna Purushottama. He is the controller of everything. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda. Ishvara means the supreme controller, the cause of all the causes. Here that Krishna, the Supreme Lord, came down as a baby form, and then he came and playing with his friends. So then in that playing, in that relationship, Krishna is defeated, and when Krishna is defeated, he is subservient, and he had to carry all the friends on his shoulders. This is the bet. When the game starts, they put it. So Krishna had to carry all of them on his shoulders. But Krishna is relishing this. Krishna is relishing this because of he wanted to be like that. He wanted to receive that loving relations, that relatedness, the reciprocations from his devotees. So this is called the Lila Madhuri, the Lila Krishna wanted. So like that, we know that Mother Yashoda was binding Krishna on a mortar. Nobody can even bind Krishna. We know that the wonderful pastimes of when Mother Yashoda was trying to bind Krishna, then it was never, enough to bind Krishna. It was all the time it's short. So here Krishna is acting and playing like a subservient to his devotees. So one is here on the Sakhiras, the friendship. Krishna is subservient here. And the next one, look at that, the Valsalyaras. Krishna is playing like a child. And the mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba, Krishna is fearful of Mother Yashoda's chastisement. Krishna was very much afraid of Mother Yashoda's. One time, Krishna was caught red-handed caught stealing the butter. And there was one gopi. That gopi caught hold of Krishna and dragged Krishna and brought to Mother Yashoda. And we could see that the picture, and it's quoted, the Acharyas quoted, that Krishna was so fearful. We know that in the Damodara Ashtakam, Satyavrata Muni, because of the fear of Mother Yashoda, Krishna was running. But Mother Yashoda was running behind Krishna to catch Krishna. So what is showing this one? Krishna is subservient to such devotees. Krishna wanted to relish such rasas, very intimate rasas. So it's revealing here. So sometimes there is a separation with his devotees. Sometimes there is a union, Sambhoga and Vipralamba. Krishna relish all this conjugal loving relationship. And when the gopis go away, and we know that the wonderful pastimes between the gopis, sometimes they kind of push away Krishna from their spotting. And they will say, Krishna, you are, mischievous, nutcurd. We don't want you. We know that how the beautiful pastimes of how this Radha Kund, appearance of Radha Kund and the Krishna Kund. They said, Krishna, you killed the Asura, Pralambasura. You killed, and you are now, contaminated. You cannot come to us. Krishna very submissively accepted that. Very submissively accepted it. And Krishna invited all the tirthas, and then Krishna took a dip on it, and he said, yeah, I'm now purified. See the beautiful pastimes Krishna is showering upon. So this, dear devotees, this is Krishna. This is the confidential aspect of the Supreme Lord. So only way, there is nothing to do. That's why it's in the earlier section, the Krishnaskaraj Goswami says that in the maintenance of this universal, these activities, Krishna is not directly involved. Even killing the aspect of the aspect of Krishna is not that Krishna is not directly involved into it. Krishna is mainly involved with these rasas. What are those rasas? The Sakya rasa, the Dasya rasa, and then the Valsalya rasa and the Madhurya rasa. But when Krishna comes down into this world, Krishna is known as Purna Purushottam. Purna Purushottam means all the incarnations are in the body of Krishna. All the Purusha incarnations, all the Vishnu forms are there in Krishna. All the Yuga avataras are there in Krishna. All the Lila avataras are in there in Krishna. All the incarnations are there. Manvantara avataras are there in Krishna's body in Krishna. So actually, Krishna is not directly involving in any of this killing, basically. It is that the Vishnu, who is the maintainer of this world, is doing that. So Krishna has nothing to do with this kinds of killing business in one sense of it. Krishna is only in this mellows. Krishna is, that's why Lila Madhuri Krishna. This is beyond, that's why it's beyond the Vishnu form. Krishna is always engages in the Lila. And that Lila, who is actually inciting that Lila? The Yoga Maya potency. The Yoga Maya potency inciting that Lila in the heart of in Krishna and in the devotees. So this also, that's why Mahatma Namstu Mam Bhartam Devim Prakriti Masradaha. The devotees are under the Devim Prakriti. That Devim Prakriti is nothing but that internal potency of the Lord. That internal potency of the Lord is consists of this Yoga Maya, the internal potency, the Yoga Maya arranges everything. And even Krishna doesn't even know that in the sense that, that Krishna feels that as it is happening. This is Krishna's, this Shakti, internal potency. Yoga Maya arranges everything like this. So the devotees is so wonderful, so merciful. So like this, then Krishna has mentioned that the two reasons of it, Prema Rasa Aswadhana. So Krishna comes down. So before he comes down, he thinks all this. So how can he accept, how can he come down and taste this, the Prema Rasa? The highest of that, the Prema Rasa, which was exhibited by Srimati Radha Rani. And in that mood, that mellow, that form, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. Then as we know that, another aspect of it, Raga Bhakti Marga Prachara. So it is mentioned that Raga Bhakti Marga Prachara means, so Krishna wanted to give this very spontaneous love, Raga Bhakti. So it was explained this very well about it. There is sadhana bhakti, there is Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. When one matures in the Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, he comes to this raga bhakti or raganuga bhakti, spontaneous love. So Krishna wanted to propagate this spontaneous love. That's where we come to this relationship that with Dasya, Sakya, Valsalya, and Madhurya. This spontaneous love, raganuga. So Krishna wanted to also propagate this. So Krishna is controlled by this love, this raga, this attachment, this spontaneous love for Krishna. Krishna is completely controlled by it. So that's why here in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is revealing very well about it. That Krishna, when wanted to taste this mellow, this highest of all. So this is the relationship one can have. This is the confidential knowledge, that the confidential aspect of this loving devotional service is that it attracts Krishna. So Krishna wanted to taste that. So then Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as the form of Srimati Radharani, as a devotee. So that is what's also prachara, raga, marga, bhakti, prachara. Prachara means to propagate this. So unless and until Krishna himself come down and prachar, to propagate and distribute this, nobody else can do that. There's another aspect of Krishna's, when Krishna comes down, there are many reasons, right? Many purposes for it. One is that so that the devotees would always relish this loving exchange between the devotee and Krishna, so that their bhakti, the love for Krishna, will increase day by day. This spontaneous love will increase day by day when Krishna himself come and exhibit this wonderful pastimes. Loving relationship between with his devotees. Sas mentioned that this 4 types of it. So this is what is in order to bring that people in this world. So especially as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is revealed here as he is called Karuna Avatar. Is most magnanimous. So when Krishna thought about this, an only way that one can bring, because of everybody is worshipping us with majesty, with awe and reverence, but that does not attract me, that does not give me much pleasure, much bliss. So only way that I get that, so that I can be a subservient, I can be involved with them. So I can be involved only with that, only in loving devotion. Otherwise, I cannot be involved, because that is not my, or that is beyond the field of Krishna. Because of all the maintenance, everything is by Vishnu, another form of Krishna, another expansions of Krishna. Only way that one can attract Krishna, Sri Krishna Agrishani, is the loving devotion. So Krishna was thinking like this. So then with that intention, Krishna came down so that this will be distributed to the people, all around the people. It's not that everybody gets this. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared as Karuna Avadara. Karuna Avadara. Karuna means the magnanimous, the mercy, the most magnanimous, the most merciful. Krishna is also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also known as Parama Karuna. Not that just that, he is also known as Parama Karuna. It's another name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Parama means supreme, supremely merciful. Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is supremely merciful? Because of he gives this Karuna, this mercy to everyone. That's why everybody can come to this level of this spontaneous Ragam Bhakti Marg, the spontaneous love for Krishna. Only the spontaneous love that one can attract Krishna. So why? As Krishna said to the gopis, that it is your good fortune so that you can attract me. This is the only way that we can attract Krishna, dear devotees, that spontaneous love. That's why we are practicing sadhakas that come to that stage. So when we sadhana bhakti means, Vaidhi sadhana bhakti means we follow the rules and regulations. We follow the instructions of the devotees, the pure devotees. and we get their mercy, and then we practice, and then we progress, and then we perfect. Come to that stage of the Raganuga Bhakti, or the spontaneous love. So then this spontaneous love, Krishna is completely been attracted. So Krishna wanted to propagate this. And so Krishna then manifested as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Karuna Avatara, Karuna Avatirna, Karuna Avatara, Parama Karuna. Audharya Gauranga, another name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Audharya, the most beneficent. Audharya is very compassionate to the fallen conditioned soul. Padita Pavana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Padita Pavana Prabhutama Ava Audharya. To raise everybody, to liberate, to eradicate, to liberate all this fallen conditioned soul in this world. He didn't even discriminate that you are good and you are bad. It was revealed to every one of them in this world. So we know that this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, initially it was mentioned in the Vedas with beginning with Om. And there was, initially it was Om was mainly supposed to be chanted by those who are Brahmins. Otherwise, it's not allowed anybody else to chant this Om mantra especially. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu removed that Om. He wanted to give to everybody in this world. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu removed it and then distributed to each and everyone, and told to Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur and all the devotees, and mentioned that Jare Deko Tare Kaho Krishna Upadesh. You talk to whomever you see, Jare Deko Tare Kaho Krishna Upadesh. That means whomever you meet, whomever you see, give this holy name to that person. This is what is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Wanted to bring everybody back to Krishna. Everybody back to Krishna. That's why, dear devotees, this the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is to propagate this holy name to each and not even humans, each and every living entity. That's why he said Parama Karuna Avatirno is the most magnanimous and merciful. Only Lord can do this. This Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is revealing here in this verse. Only Lord can do this. Nobody else can do this. Is most merciful, magnanimous. No other incarnations prior to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed this. Only Krishna can do this, and acting as a pure devotee. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came as in the form of devotee, so generally in our ISKCON society, or not generally in our world, there are two ways Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is been worshipped. One is in the form of combined form of Radha and Krishna, not different. Krishna himself, Radharani is part of Krishna, and Radha and Krishna combined in the form of a Supreme Lord. And that's why he is so merciful. I mean, even you don't have any other deities, but if you have the Gauranita in your home, that's perfect, dear devotees. There is no need of any other worship. Srila Prabhupada mentioned this. Because of they are most merciful in this age of Kali, and not only in this age of Kali, all the time. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is the form. We know that in the Brahma Vimohana Lila, it is mentioned that in one of the book, Brahma Vimohana Lila, the Brahma came and then appeared before Brahma and the Krishna, and then realized that his mistakes, and then Brahma was praying to the Supreme Lord that please put me in such a condition that I can be always subservient if you never take this pride that I am so and so great. That's the time Krishna showed this beautiful form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Brahma, and it's mentioned that I'm going to appear in this form, very magnanimous, beautiful, golden form. And then you will also come. And that's where the Brahma, it is mentioned that Brahma came as the Haridas Thakur, their devotees. So took that position, such a humble position. So here, in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is revealing, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is relishing and also revealing that the utmost, the supreme, this supreme, the dharma of the sage of Kali is to chant the holy name, so that one who takes up this holy name, dear devotees, can come to the stage of raga, anuga, bhakti, or spontaneous love just by chanting the holy name and with the loving devotion. So from the chanting of the holy name, everything else sprout, everything else comes to us. All the good qualities of a Vaishnava will come to us. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentioned in the first verse of Sri Shastakam, Chedo Darpana Marjanam, all the impurities goes away from our heart. Bhavamaha Davakni Nirvapanam, this forest fire will eradicate from our heart. Sreya Kairava Chandrika Vidaranam, it gives that the soothing effects of the moonlight in the heart of the devotee. Vidaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam, the utmost of all. Vidyavadhu, the utmost of all knowledge, education, Vidya. Vidyavadu Jivana Ananda Ambudhi Vardhanam. See, people are so suffering in this world because of their karma, impurities, and anarthas. But here, one who takes up this holy name and come to that stage of Ananda Ambudhi Vardhanam, his heart will be filled with this bliss, pure bliss, Ananda Ambudhi Vardhanam. Pradipadam Purna Amruda Swadhanam. In each steps, each and every steps, he is feeling like having this nectar, Purna Murda Aswadana, Amruda Aswadanam. Completely relishing this Amruda, the nectar, Aswadanam, how one can get that eternity. Similarly, one can attain this eternity, Purna Amruda Aswadanam. Sarva Atma Snapanam, this is the essence and everything of all the Vedic knowledge, Sarvatma Snapanam. Param Vijayade Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, by distributing this holy name, the devotees, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Krishna himself distributing that karuna, that mercy, that loving devotion, and inciting into the heart of each and everybody who is come in contact with this holy name and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why even just one says, Gauranga Nityananda, it says that the love is being filled in their heart of the devotee. That's why Prema Pumarto Mahan, one can come to that. The utmost goal, objective of that existence is to chant the holy name and to come to that Prema Pumarto Mahan, to develop the love for that Supreme Personality of Godhead. The degree, as is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the degree that we approach, Ye yadamam prabadhyande stamstadeva bhajamyaham mama vartamanu vartande manushya partha sarvashaha. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, I would reward them accordingly how they approach me. Everybody follows my path. Ye yadamam prabadhyande stamstadeva bhajamyaham, one who worship me, dear devotees, and I would reward them accordingly. So this is Krishna's promise. Bhajamyaham, one who worships me. Bhajamyaham. Ye yadamam prabadhyande, mam prabadhyande, I would reward them accordingly. This is Krishna's promise. Stam stadeva bhajamyaham, one who worships me, I would reward them accordingly. So dear devotees, one who engages in the loving devotional service, develop this relationship in these four rasas, mellows. That's why prema rasa aswadhana, Krishna's primary purpose for coming down. Krishna is always looking and, eagerly waiting for this prema rasa, this raga, this loving devotion, spontaneous love for Krishna. So Krishna always wanted to relish this. So this is for our benefit, so that it attracts Krishna, so that we will be completely purified from this material realm, and then we will attain that the pure state of our original constitutional position, that Jivera Swarupa Hoye Krishnera Nityadas. So here the fact Krishna is revealing that even one takes that position of Krishnera Nityadas, but who is actually going to become Das? Krishna is revealing here. He wanted to be subservient of that devotee who serves me. So ultimately, who is becoming servant? Krishna becomes the servant of that devotee. Even the position one devotee takes up this as a Das, then what happens? Krishna becomes the subservient of that devotee in any relationship. So we know that when the Hanumanji in the Dasyaras, Hanumanji was serving Lord Ram in so deeply. So Lord Ram was completely immersed in that rasa of with the Lord, the Hanumanji. And this is what we can see. I was mentioning all these other rasa, Sakiras, all the Gopas and the friends, how Krishna was with the Gopas and the friends, subservient. So we know that in the Madhurya Ras, that when we know that there is there is a beautiful poem in the Gopi Geet, and then also many other places mention that Krishna was taking the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani in his hand. In his hand, Krishna was taking the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani and massaging that feet, taking the dust of that and putting it on his head. That the story of it. This is Krishna. This is becoming subservient of. So, dear devotees, in order to teach this loving relationship so that it attracts Krishna, that's what Krishna wanted to interact with this. There is no other business Krishna has in this world. Krishna attracted by pure loving devotional service so that Krishna can become relish this transcendental loving devotional mellows of, with his devotees. That's ultimate. So in order to teach this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took this form, dear devotees. This is a confidential reason. Premarasa Aswadana, Raga Bhakti Marga Prachara. Okay, thank you so much. With this note, I will stop here. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining. Hare Krishna. So, any other comments? Any other reflections? Anything you would like to add?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I had a
Hare
quick
Krishna.
question, Prabhu.
Please.
So my question is that, and it's only because I don't know, I don't have enough knowledge. That is why, Prabhu, in terms of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu being merciful, does merciful translate to forgiving as well? And I ask that because unfortunately the one story that has stuck to me is that the one where there was one I think Chota Haridas that made a mistake and he committed
Yes.
suicide. So I think even when I go to the temple, I'm very conscious that if I almost feel like if he wasn't forgiven, then the kind of mistakes that we make in Kali Yuga, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu must have looked away from me a long time ago. And that fear keeps on coming back, that what if he has already looked away from me? What if he has already looked away from me or abandoned me, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, does merciful also translate to forgiveness for us in this Kali
Yes.
Yuga?
Of course, yes. Yes. We know that the story of Jagai and Madai. Very, it's quite extreme, in terms of Jagai and Madai was trying to kill Nityananda Prabhu. See that? The instances?
Yes.
Kill. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very furious. But he was forgiven by the appeal of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. By the appeal of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu completely forgiven to this Jagai and Madai. There are so many instances that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very merciful and forgiven. And merciful also is forgive. This is the one of the Vaishnava quality. Why it is there? Because of originally it is there in Krishna. Krishna is so merciful means it's not that Krishna just has one quality. Krishna has the Purna Purushottam. Akhila Rasamrita Murti. Akhila Rasamrita is full of all the rasas and the mellows. So forgiveness is also there in Krishna, so that we are amshas of the Krishna, so it's also there. And not only that Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, it's always there. And he is Mahavadanyaya, he is most merciful, that means he is forgiven. Many reasons, many instances, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is forgiven to many devotees. Many devotees who have offended Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes, thank you so much, Prabhu. Yeah, it's just a lack of knowledge. The more I read, I'll understand these things. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
There is no other incarnation of the Lord who is so most merciful and who is most forgiving and giving mercy to everyone. This is another aspect of the Lord, that he is very, merciful. It does not look at anything that is, it does not even look at this past. Whoever come to contact with Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that whoever come to take this holy name, I'll be subservient of that devotee. No matter what is his past. So it doesn't matter. So this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So merciful, most forgiven, and always therefore to bring each and everybody. That is why Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentioned that in that. In every town and village, my name will be chanted. What does that mean? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives that mercy to everyone in every town and village. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Jai. Anything else? Anybody else would like to add? Any other comments? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining. So let us conclude today's class. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for joining. And this will be continued. And it's a very beautiful section, very beautiful, part of this transcendental, the confidential aspects of the Supreme Lord. Okay, so let's conclude with this note. Let's chant together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Shri Narasimha, Jai Narasimha, Jai Narasimha, Prahaladesha, Jai Patmamukha Patmabhundam. Ugram Veeryam Let's pay our obeisance to all the assembled Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. Vancha kalpatarupasya Kripa sindubhya vacha parinana pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo namo
Vaishnavanda ki jai. Dira Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananda Gauri Vaishnava. Gaur Premanande.
Hari. Thank you so much for the wonderful class. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol, Hare Krishna.